All right, guys, we're here and we're playing the greatest game ever made, Spawn, for PlayStation 1.
Yes,
Tony,
Spawn the Eternal.
Tony's here and he's looking
very festive,
looking hot as usual.
Yeah, hot as in it's very warm in the sweater.
Now, what's going on with that sweater?
So this is a T-Rex, and his arms are too tiny, so the sleeves are hanging off him. I don't know. I saw it in Walmart, and I'm like, you know what I need? This stupid thing. So we did a lot of Spawn stuff recently. Mm-hmm. And, I felt bad because you weren't too involved. So I'm like, let me bring over the best Spawn game for my good friend Mike Matei.
Okay.
So this is...
I'm so happy to not be involved, so I don't have to fucking do this. You know what I was playing? I was playing Ninja Gaiden because I really like Ninja Gaiden. So while I was playing Ninja Gaiden and all these great games, you get to play this shit. Yeah, have fucking fun.
Well, fuck you, Mike. You're playing Spawn the Eternal now.
Okay.
You're playing Spawn. I have a really tiny, skinny head, but gigantic back and arms.
So basically, even when I try to get away from doing this shit, I can't, no matter what.
So, there's like some instructions here. So when you run into people, it'll turn into like a Mortal Kombat fight thing. You can switch between your cape and chains. There's combos you can do, but they're not that responsive. This was in the AVGN episode, and when I was a kid, I was big into Spawn. Yeah. Anyone who watched the rental review probably knows that. But I was hyped for this game. So in the Spawn...
Oh, did you guys do Spawn on rental reviews?
Yeah, we did the movie right afterwards.
I don't watch that show.
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
No, I saw it.
No. By the way, you'll notice like there's weird graphics stuff. Like you walked through that broken grate. Yeah. And you were technically like in front of it, but then you were technically behind it, but then it looked like you were in front. Like the perspective is all off in this game. Anyway, so when I was a kid, here you go. Here's your first fight.
Oh my god, my outfit just came on.
Yeah, your cape, and like when you hit like L1 or R1, it switches to chains, and there's different combos and stuff. L2 and R2 is to like go back and forth because they decided 3D fighting should be in this.
L2 and R2 aren't doing shit. Oh, okay. Well, L2 is kind of like getting them to do that. R2 isn't doing shit.
And if you think of it as like a Street Fighter Mortal Kombat, they're like there's combo like back forward or whatever, it gets you to do stuff.
Oh,
all right, hold on one second. There's a way to heal yourself, but it uses...
What's the 9999?
That's your power meter.
Okay.
So hold on. That recharges your health, but it drains your power meter. And once your power meter's gone, you die and you go to hell.
So how long did it take you to figure that out?
So the first level, you see it in the AVGN episode, the first level, it gets down to one left of power. Yeah. And then I found out it didn't get recharged. So it expects you to beat the whole game without draining your entire power meter.
Right.
And the game is fucking flawed and broken. Yeah. There's a puzzle, I didn't have it in the episode, but there is a puzzle that I couldn't, like there's like this wall that closes that I couldn't get around, and I couldn't figure out, and when I looked up like a walkthrough Let's Play on how to do it, the guy used a cheat code to get through it. Yeah. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
I hate when that happens.
If you saw the episode, Nerd talks about the magazine ad with the ripped off arm. Mm-hmm. I saw that as a kid. Like, me and my friends were like, that's fucking awesome. Like, Spawn, a 3D game? Like, no way! And then, like a year later, I finally was at Blockbuster and I convinced my mom to, like, rent it for me.
Sure.
And I was like, finally, I'm gonna play the Spawn video game. Yeah. And I got it for a weekend and I played it and it was so fucking bad.
Was it this one?
Yeah, it was this one. I'm like, oh my god, this is bad. This is so bad. Like, I hated this game.
I mean, it is pretty poor.
Yeah. And, for years, I'm like, oh, you know what? I was a young kid. Maybe I was just, like, stupid. And then now as an adult, I'm like, no, the game's just really bad.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
So I didn't really watch. So I remember there was an HBO show, right?
Yeah, which was really good.
I liked that, and then I went to see the Spawn movie, and I remember not liking the Spawn movie.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's fine.
So it's bad. Yeah. I have not seen that movie since it was in the theater.
Yeah, no, it hasn't aged well at all.
Okay, it's bad. I remember when I saw it in the theater, thinking that something happens at the end of the movie with like a devil or
they go to hell.
And I remember it looking really bad.
It was really bad. Yeah. We talk about it. I go in the behind the scenes in rental reviews. So yeah, like Spawn's cape is supposed to be behind that box, but now it looks like it's in front.
It's like in front. It's like in front and behind. How is that even possible?
Big Spawn fan. The game's not so much. Yeah, the game's leaving.
Not so much. Yeah, not so much.
I really wanted the Super Nintendo one to be good. It looks so nice. It sounds really great, and then it just plays like shit.
Did you read the comics back then? Or no?
I tried to read the comics when I could, if like friends had them. But when I got older, I like bought all of the volumes.
So you've read them now?
Yeah. I've read not like every single issue, obviously,
but
like
the first, some of them, yeah.
The first like 3 volumes I've read a lot, and I just bought volume 4 and 5.
Do you like them?
Yeah, I mentioned in Round Review that they're a little wordy.
Okay.
Now, and there's a lot of like dated stuff in it, like. They could be really, really violent, but they weren't allowed to say, I think it's that panel on the other wall. I think you might have to hit that. Yeah.
Okay. Trying.
Hit like X. Did that do something? Okay, that did something. I guess that opened up a door downstairs.
Okay.
Well, remember, they're ripping off Tomb Raider.
It all looks the same.
I don't understand why they went with this Mortal Kombat fight thing every single time.
It doesn't need to have that kind of combat.
No, and like, if you're going to rip off Tomb Raider, Spawn uses guns, so he doesn't have to use powers.
Honestly, more like Draco 99 Dragon, kind of like, but like done well.
Yeah. You know? Like, why not give him guns so he didn't... Why did they have to do this fight? Like, save this for the bosses? It's just weird. It was a weird design choice they did. I don't understand it. Yeah, Spawn HBO is good. It's just the only problem with that show was it ended on a cliffhanger, and they never followed up on it. But it's a great show. Voiced by Keith David, and I guess I'll point out we made a mistake in the AVGN episode, but I think this is a positive.
What's the mistake?
We said in Spawn Armageddon that he was the voice of Spawn was Keith David.
Okay.
And they got the best voice they could for Spawn, the animated series version himself, Keith David.
Honey, how could you?
It was easy. You're my bitch.
And I must have screwed up something in my notes or whatnot, but it was actually Kevin Michael Richardson. Oh, there's Overkill. He's a boss. Kevin Michael Richardson, who does like God of War, and he was Goro in the Mortal Kombat movie.
Right.
But he does such a good Keith David impression in that game that like it's understandable that I messed it up.
Okay.
Like when it got pointed out to me, I like figured it out. Oh, you might want to.
Yeah, I'm trying. Oh, it's these things. Is this like a start over from the beginning?
Yep.
All right, your turn. Brothers Grump.
Brothers Grump.
The Three Brothers Grump or something.
I never.
Yeah, it's a story of the Brothers Grump. Yeah.
But yeah, so we wrote like Keith David was in it. Turns out it was Kevin Michael Richardson. But like that's on it. Like he does a spot on Keith David.
Okay.
Like if you didn't know, if you watch the cartoon and play that game, you're like, oh, that's the same person, obviously.
Sure.
Yeah.
But Tony, if you would have done your research,
I thought I did.
You should have figured that out.
I swore I did. I don't know what happened.
Because you know what? God forbid anybody makes a mistake.
Yeah.
I'd like to say something positive about Disney. They launched the Disney Plus thing.
Yeah.
And I was,
Is it good?
I don't care about the service, but there's a thing on it that's good. They have a sort of retrospective kind of like thing about the parks and like how Disney like started and all that.
That's cool.
That's actually really good and it's worth watching. Other than that, I thought the layout of like trying to find things on it fucking sucked.
Oh, you don't want to watch Simpsons in the wrong aspect ratio? That's
Is it?
Oh yeah. They got it from FXX when they did Simpsons. They made it HD, but they didn't make it 4:3 because they're like, oh, nothing's in 4:3 anymore. Let's just punch in and crop out like stuff that ruins jokes and shit.
Oh
it's
my
terrible.
God.
They're gonna fix it, but
I watched what is this? Their season 30 or whatever. I watched one of the newest episodes just recently, and oh my God, it was. My problem even wasn't as much like that it wasn't funny, and it wasn't. It was more that my eyes were bleeding looking at it because the animation, the way they do it now, I think must be totally different than it's too like. And I have like a 4K TV, so I'm like watching it on that, and I'm just like, I can't even fucking look at this shit.
I mean, that's fine for like a modern cartoon, but if you're used to The Simpsons, it's such a drastic change.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, it's almost as if it's like time to end the show, maybe.
Yeah, it was Time Danisho like a long time ago.
I can't believe I beat that guy.
But whatever. Here's the thing about it, though.
Yeah.
If I owned The Simpsons and I was making money off of it, I would keep it going forever. Because I would want to make. I want a 15th house.
This is
keep it going.
You have over like 30 seasons. You're gonna make money. You can end it and you'll live fine for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Now we're in the subway because, of course, every game has to have a subway or sewer level. What is it with video games that they have to have a sewer level?
I thought you were just gonna say, what is it with video games?
What's the deal?
What's the deal with video games?
Video games.
It's simulated. You're acting like you're another person, but you can walk. If I want to walk around, I'll just walk around New York City. Why do I have to walk around in a video game?
Who are these people?
James was like obsessed with like finding that clip for like a long time. He finally found it. It's like, and I told him like originally, like he was like, oh, when does Jerry Seinfeld say where are these or who are these people? He's like, I can't find the clip. And I'm like, well, he started his career like on Johnny Carson. It's probably from an old stand-up act. And he's like, I don't know, whatever. And then like a year goes by, he was like looking for the clip. He did a whole like video, I think, about it. And then finally somebody sent him the clip, and he emails me. He's like, Mike, it's the clip, and it's exactly what I said. It's like an old. I don't think it was Johnny Carson, but it was like an old stand-up act, and I'm like, that's what I said like originally. Yeah. Like because Jerry Seinfeld, like he always like is coming up with a new act, you know, or new material. In fact, he did a special that's like, I'm telling you for the last time. So he did like all his old material like on HBO, and even that was a long time ago now.
He recreates bits too. I noticed that.
Sure. But yeah, so basically it's like it's from an old Jerry Seinfeld stand-up thing.
I think it's just those jokes, the like, what's the deal? Have you ever know? Like, it was more like a lot of comedians were doing that, which they make fun of in Seinfeld.
Yeah.
When George and Jerry pretend they don't know each other to trick a guy. Yeah. He's like, what are you doing these days? Oh, comedians. Like, oh, do you do a lot of have you ever noticed? He's like, yeah. And George is like, well, it seems like a lot of people are doing that.
Yeah. You ever watch that Comedians in Cars Getting a Coffee?
I watched a little bit of it, yeah.
Yeah, I actually kind of like that show. Yeah. I love that. This is almost like a speedrun of this game. You're like so good at it, you know.
I'm not even that good. It's just... Oh, what the fuck? He's back?
Wait, the bosses respawn?
Maybe I have to fight him again. Maybe it was like, or maybe we won't get the Violator.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Overkill. They had to add a T to his name to differentiate him from a Marvel character, I think. So it's not, instead of just coming up with a new name, they're like, oh, we'll just put a T in the middle of his name. Overkill. He was in the HBO show.
Oh, it's Overkill?
Yeah, Overkill.
Oh my god. There you
go. Would have been in the movie. I know you haven't seen the movie in like 20 years, but
didn't it come out in like 97?
Yeah.
That's literally when I saw it. I was 17.
The girl who kills Spawn, and then Spawn kills her like early in the movie. Like she dies like way earlier than you think she would. She was supposed to come back as like a female Overkill.
Okay.
And if you watch the movie, they're putting her in like a cryo tube thing after she's dead, which is kind of weird. But then they just didn't bring her back at all. So it was this weird character they hyped up. She dies right away and then never is spoken of.
Is it worth watching again, even in like a so bad it's good kind of way?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Because John Leguizamo is still funny.
Yeah.
The effect, the practical effect, like the Spawn suit, is pretty good. Yeah, it's definitely an entertaining movie. Like, I know now that the movie's bad, but I still watch it like a lot because it's just entertaining. And the Violator fight. Yeah. The Violator fight is really good. That one's still like the CGI for Violator is still pretty decent.
Okay.
The CGI for everything else in the movie is pretty terrible. Okay. But
I think at that age I couldn't get over like because I think I had gotten so accustomed to like really good like practical effects, and that's when like this shitty CG like era started.
Oh, Redeemer. He was mentioned a lot in the AVGN episode, but not in this game because he's kind of easy to kill. But yeah, you're right. There was like, because that movie was made by visual effects guys who worked on Terminator, Jurassic Park. They tried to start their own thing. I mean, it worked. They all got jobs afterwards. They're still working today, but like that was supposed to be like their demo reel.
Can you heal? There you go. I tried to heal when I was doing that boss fight, and it wasn't like, I guess I didn't do it quick enough.
Yeah, but it does that cheap thing where like in the middle of healing, it'll just fucking kill you. I think we're done with this one.
All right.
Yeah, we don't need to do
that. That is Spawn.
What did you think, Mike? Are you happy now you got to experience this game?
I thought it fucking sucked.
It's pretty bad. It's the fighting is real clunky. It's not fun to roam around. It's not like Tomb Raider when they're clearly trying to be. The puzzles aren't fun. The map isn't interesting.
The only thing I can say through this conversation, I might try to go back at some point and maybe watch an episode or two of like the HBO show.
Yeah,
because I remember liking that.
If you want to watch the HBO show, they're uploaded on YouTube. So there's two ways you can watch it.
Okay.
They released them as DVDs, like movies. Like they condense the show. It's like they cut out the beginning and end credits.
Right.
So you can watch, each season is like an hour and a half, so you can watch them as if they're movies. But Amazon Prime has the show how they originally aired, where every episode is introduced by Todd McFarlane.
That's how I remember it.
Yeah. So there's two ways why you can watch.
I would want to see that.
Yeah, you can watch YouTube.
That's Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon is where the show really, like how it was originally presented.
That's what I have to say.
Yeah.